All right, I think we are a go. Yes, we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they just got the command for the Detroit Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix in Detroit, Michigan for the IndyCar race in downtown Detroit, the streetcar race. 27 of IndyCar's best are about to take on the tricky streets of Detroit. Let's see how it is. Let's see how it goes. We all know what happened last year when they raced on this street course. It was a demo derby when these drivers kept crashing at hairpin in turn 3. Let's hope that's not the case this year, as the cars are now rolling out onto the track. Kyle, how do you feel about being a guest analyst in Atlanta for the Xfinity race? Fuck you! You're not supposed to know about that! Oh, you forgot to add that last week. I see. It's a hazy day in Detroit, Michigan. 62 degrees, partly cloudy in Detroit. I think this is why Nashville will be a night race tonight. Oh, because the IndyCar race happening right now in Detroit. Well, I guess so. Remember last year when the IndyCar race raced at Detroit, this the NASCAR race from Gateway, when they raced at Gateway last year, it still took place at the same time, at the same normal time, which was around 12:30 my time. So, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. Take your pick, I guess. Oh, they wanted to avoid clashing. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. I guess so. Yeah, this course is tricky in Detroit. This course is tricky. Let's hope these drivers stay clean this time because last year they couldn't complete like a lap under green after taking a restart because they kept crashing in turn 3. Let's hope that's not the case this year. I feel like the Chicago street course would be more suitable than this. I think I'm with you on that, John. Yeah, I'm with you on that, John, because even though the even though these IndyCars have raced twice now, going for 3 today, even though these drivers kind of got it figured it out, I would like to see them try the Chicago street course soon if it's back on the NASCAR schedule next year. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. All right, the lights are out on the pace car. And we're about to go green this time by, but not at the usual start finish line. The actual start of the race will take place on the long straight heading down towards turn 3. Alright, I think the pace car is pulled into the pits, so we're about to go green soon. Not at this start finish line where the main grandstands are. They will get the green on the long straight heading towards turn 3. Alright, they're doubling up now. Here we go. Waiting for the green flag to fly. 27 of IndyCar's best are about to take it to the streets of Detroit. Who will it be this year? For the third ever running of the Chevrolet Grand Prix on the streets of Detroit. And the green flag is in the air, and we're racing in Detroit. Through the rough bumps, here they come into the hairpin in turn 3. Lundgaard with a lunge into the lead. Everybody trying to get sorted out through that hairpin turn. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. I forgot how narrow this track is. There's very little room for error here in Detroit. But up front, it's Colton Herta with the advantage over Christian Lundgaard, Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, and David Malukas, the top 5. And already working on lap 2 as they come to the front stretch on the start-finish line there. And already, these drivers have already gone single file, side by side, big lunge into the corner as Kyle Kirkwood takes third from Alex Palou. What a move by Kirkwood there. Alex Palou trying to keep up with this hot start to the 2025 season. Won 5 out of the first 6 races in the IndyCar season. Trying to continue that hot streak going. Just won last week's Indy 500. Oh, this was on the initial start. Oh, little touch there between Malukas. Oh my gosh, and Alex Palou, that was just barely squeezing by Kirkwood. And speaking of Kirkwood, he just got past Christian Lundgaard for the second spot. Oh my gosh. And this was on the next lap. A big lunge into turn 3. Kirkwood taking advantage from Palou. That was for the third spot. And just as I just said, Kyle Kirkwood just made a pass on Christian Lundgaard for the second position. Now trying to set his sights on the leader. Here they come into the hard braking zone of turn 3 once again. Everybody's still single file. But so far up front, it is still Colton Herta with the lead here in Detroit, trying to turn his season of bad luck around. Trying to turn his season around by leading the most laps today. Yep, going into our first commercial break, it is Colton Herta with the lead, holding off the crowd right now after starting on the pole, leading the first 5 laps here in Detroit. Looks as though David Malukas is trying to give a challenge to Alex Palou right now. He's trying to do his best to close in on Palou. He wants that 4th position, but not close enough to do so. But so far, the top 10, Herta, Kirkwood, Lungard, Palau, David Malukas, that's the top 5 right now. Then I think it's Scott McLaughlin in the 6th spot. Then it's Renus VK, Will Power, Marcus Armstrong, and Christian Rasmussen in the top 10. Oh, we got a change for position. It looks like Rasmussen. Well, no, there's Rasmussen going underneath VK. That was Will Power that got underneath VK, and Rasmussen followed through. And we got another change for position right here. All right, and we're back. Oh, is it Newgarden? What's going on with Newgarden? Started deep in the field. He hasn't made any progress, it looks like. Yep, Renus VK is on pit road now. I was wondering what was going on with VK because he lost a ton of ground. Got passed by Power, Rasmussen. Jeez. I think this is Ray Hall's on board. He got past VK as well. Don't know what was going on with VK. But so far, it is still Colton Herta with the advantage. Has led the opening 8 laps of this race, holding a solid advantage over Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Lungard, Alex Palou, David Malukas, the top 5. And it's Scott McLaughlin, Will Power, Marcus Armstrong, Christian Rasmussen, and Graham Rahal now the top 10 now, after Renus VK struggles. Arenas VK lost a ton of positions during that little stint. And he's still on pit road. Now he's leaving. Wait, that's David Malukas. Never mind. David Malukas just finished his service. It's down and away. The IMSA race yesterday in Detroit was good. I'm gonna have to check that out because I didn't see the race. I'm gonna have to check the highlights soon. Yo, what's going on with VK? He's still on pit road. What is happening? What is happening with VK? Oof, that's not a good sign. Something's broken on that car. It sounds like. Oh, it looks like Christian Lundgaard is coming onto pit road now. Yep, Lundgaard's on pit road, getting serviced up. Yep, it's down and away. The situation might be terminal for VK. Yeesh, that's not a good sign. That sucks for VK. Oh, and here comes Kyle Kirkwood onto pit road, getting for his first service of the race. Coming off the softs and onto the hards. It's down and away. And another driver on pit road. It looks as though, don't know who that was. That was on pit road. It looked like it was Armstrong. I think it was Armstrong. And Kyle Kirkwood's back on track, and then he's going to have a lot of work to do to try to get back through the field. But it's very, very difficult when everyone's strung out. And here's the leader, Colton Herta, in for his service. The same with Alex Palou. Herta's down and away. Same with Palou. Now I'll hand the lead over to Scott McLaughlin right now. It's only a matter of time of when McLaughlin, Rasmussen, Power, Rahal, and Ericsson make their services. Oh! Side by side. Logan Siegel trying to make some noise out here. He's going to the inside of Colton Herta. Low contact. And there goes Kirkwood to the point. Kyle Kirkwood goes to the point for provisional P1, it looks like. Oh! Oh! Look out. Oh, spinner! Someone's in the tire barriers. Can we see who it is? And caution is out. Yellow's out. Was it Rosenquist that spun out, or was it Armstrong? There's contact right there. Oh, yep, it was Rosenquist that spun into the barriers. Yeah, he just lost it on his own. Whoa! Whoa! And almost somebody almost got into him. So it looks as though Kyle Kirkwood is going to have provisional P1. But a little bit of a turn of events right now early in this race in Detroit. In last night's Xfinity race, no one could stop Allgaier. Yep, I heard it last night in the Xfinity Series race at Nashville that he led like 101 laps. Dominant performance for Allgaier at Nashville. And on the onboard, the other car was his teammate. Oh, about the IndyCar race now. Okay, looks like the leaders have yet to pit. When will they pit? I'm guessing once they go back to green. That's what I'm assuming. All right. All right, pace car is pulling away from the field, so we're going back green this time by. All right, up through the gears they go, and I think we're back to green. Yep, green flag back in the air. Rasmussen's on the gas. Oh, crash already! Nolan Siegel against the inside wall. He gets back going again, gets it straightened out. He keeps going. Looks as though we stay green. Into the hard braking zone in turn 3. Oh, another slow car. That's the 30 of DiFrancesco. Still no caution, surprisingly. That's what happens to Siegel. Oh, McLaughlin got into him. McLaughlin got into the back of Siegel. Looks like Siegel slowed up right in front of him, and McLaughlin had no time to check up. And there goes Foster right by Ericsson. Oh, tires loose. Yep, caution is out now. There's the yellow. Yep, the tire came off from Devlin DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco trying to get going. Yep, and there goes the wheel. Yeah, that would be a suspension in NASCAR for what McLaughlin did to Siegel. And for DiFrancesco losing a rubber wheel, that will be a 2-lap penalty if this was NASCAR rules. Yeah, I don't think the contact that McLaughlin did to Siegel that wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional. It was more like Siegel checked up and McLaughlin had no time to slow up when they were coming into turn 1. Yeah, McLaughlin just didn't have enough time to check up. Have I ever seen the like a farmer podcast with Marty Smith? Like a farmer podcast? What's that? This is the first time I'm hearing this. Oh, hold on. Marty Smith, like a farmer podcast. Huh. Alright. Alright, here we come. Back green once again. 22 laps now complete. Oh, Rasmussen a bit of a lockup entering the first corner, but still maintaining that lead over Rahal. Now onto the long stretch. Oh, Rasmussen, here comes Greyhall trying to take a peek to the outside line, trying to do a crossover. Nope. Rasmussen still maintains the lead, but not by much though, because Rahall's all over him. And I was talking about the drivers that made pit stops before that first caution came out, where Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, and the other drivers are, where they pitted before that caution came out. They haven't really made much progress right now, mainly because of the next caution that came out almost immediately after the restart. But they got some work to do. Speaking of which, side by side for the position back there. Oh, look out, Kirkwood. That's Joseph Newgarden trying to mix the positions. And here's Colton Herta now to the inside of Alex Palou. And that's for the 13th spot, it looks like. This is the move for Herta. Oh, and he made a pass on power. Whoa, look out. Little touch there. And that's how Alex Palou got by Herta. Pretty sure Will Power didn't appreciate that. Whew, that was close. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Running on board Scott Dixon right now, running in the fifth position, running solidly inside the top five for now. Yep, yep. Scott Dixon won this race last year after that demo derby that took place in turn three. That kept happening constantly in turn three. Scott Dixon trying to go two in a row here in Detroit, but he's got some work to do if he wants to do so. And right behind him, Alexander Rossi running in the sixth spot. But so far up front, it is still Christian Rasmussen holding a slim lead over Graham Rahal. Rasmussen doing a good job. He's doing a very good job after the leaders pitted and they caught a caution. They caught a caution at the good break at the right time, and he's doing a good job holding off the field right now in Detroit. Hold on. Whew. All right, we're back from commercial, and it looks as though Christian Rasmussen has opened up to a 1.5-second lead over Graham Rahal, and it's Louis Foster. How about that for the rookie in P3 right now? And Erickson and Dixon still the same top five. That is Rossi, Schwartzman running in P7. It looked like. But as for the drivers who were up front at the beginning stage of this race, like Alex Palou and Christian Lundgaard, they are still marred back in traffic, trying to pick up the positions and the ground they have lost. Schwartzman, Simpson, Stingray Robb, and Joseph Newgarden in top 10 right now. Oh, and Graham Rahal's on pit road now. Looks as though he just finished getting serviced up. He is down and he's away. Now the question is Christian Rasmussen going to stay out as long as possible, or will he pit soon? Oh, Rahal's back on pit road. What's going on? What's going on with Rahal? What's going on with Rahal right now? Oh, it looks like the right rear wheel is stuck. Is the right rear wheel stuck on Rahal's car? Oh. Hmm. Gotta keep an eye on Rahal for now. I don't know if he's still on pit road or he got back out on the racetrack. The last I saw him, he was still on pit road, and they couldn't get the rear wheel out, the right rear wheel off. And nope, it looks as though that Graham Rahal is still on pit road. Yep, he's still in the pits. What's going on? What is going on? And here's the leader, Christian Rasmussen, on pit road getting serviced up. It's down and away. And now Graham Rahal's finally coming out of the pits after that long pit stop he had. And Rossi just pitted for his service. Now here's Malukas going by Graham Rahal, who had that disaster pit stop, it looked like, where they couldn't get the right rear wheel off. And he got out in front of Rasmussen. We'll see how this turns out. We'll see how this cycles through once it's said and done. Oh, and more problems going on with Rahal, it looks like. Oh, so that's why. Yep, the right rear tire was jammed. And Louis Foster is down and away. Jeez, Rahal looks as though he's crawling through this course. And there's Foster, who just came out of the pits after his pit stop. Comes out right behind, it looks like Lundgaard. Nope, Pato O'Ward. Comes out right behind Pato O'Ward. Okay, now it looks like Rahal got it back going again, but he's a couple laps down after that situation he had on pit road. And here's Kiffin Simpson in the pits for his service. He's down and he's away. Okay, what is going on with Rahal? Why is he pulling over and letting the other drivers by? Does he have some sort of problem or issue going on? Whoa, that was tight between Stingray Robb and Kiffin Simpson. Meanwhile, back on board with Scott Dixon. And here he comes. Here comes the leader in for his service. And he's down and he's away. On the softs now. Now I'll hand the lead over to Kyle Kirkwood and Will Power. Those two have had beef in practice a couple days ago. Both Kyle Kirkwood and Will Power have had beef here in Detroit during practice. Oh, look out. Erickson took a peek over Dixon. Can't do it. And looks as though this is Rossi and McLaughlin. Scott McLaughlin and Alexander Rossi duking it out. on board with Kyle Kirkwood, who's in control of the lead right now. Only a matter of time of when he needs to pit. And I was just talking about that, about these two having beef during practice between Kirkwood and Power. Yep, here it is. Oh my. Wing got caught underneath Kirkwood's car. Jeez. Holy cow. Wow. And Alex Palou being in the middle of all of that. But I think these guys are good now. I think they're good now. But anyways, the top two was Kyle Kirkwood and Will Power so far in the lead, in control in Detroit. All right, and we are back once again. We're about 5 laps away from halfway. Whoa! Whoa! Bit of debris there flying off of Kyle Kirkwood's car. Don't know what that was. Hmm. Mm. And Power ran over it. Herta ran over it. But it's out of the racing line, so we stay green. Hmm. Dixon and Rasmussen on the same strategy, they're saying. So those two might battle it out for the win? That's yet to be determined. Oh, side by side into that corner. Kiffin Simpson will take that spot away from Rasmussen. Or Simpson a few laps down. No, that's Rossi. Rasmussen's now on pit road now. Rasmussen's down and away. Whoa, look out! Oh, Rasmussen's in the wall. Cold tires. That was cold tires. We got to keep an eye on that wing though, because that was pretty solid contact into the concrete. Got to keep an eye on that. Yep. Oh, didn't look that hard, but we still have to keep an eye on that. That's what happens when you're on cold tires. Hmm. Not bad. Not too bad. So I think Rasmussen is fine for now. And right behind him, Louis Foster, the rookie. Yep. And here's Will Power and Alex Palou in for their services. And Power's down and away. A bit of a slow stop for Palou, but he's down and away. And we'll see what happens now because we're about halfway through this race. Yep, Dixon just pitted. He's down and away. We'll see how this all shapes up. Yep, we're past halfway now. We're halfway through this race. And here's the leader, Kirkwood. Kirkwood's pitting now. And Herta's on pit road. Kirkwood's down and away. And Herta's down and away. Now hand the lead over to Pato O'Ward. Oh my gosh. There's Will Power. Gets by Colton Herta, but not by Kirkwood. But after this that cycle of pit stops, that hands the lead over to Pato Ward, Felix Rosenquist, Marcus Armstrong, Kirkwood, and Power, the top five. So it looks as though the top three are yet to pit: Award, Rosenquist, and Armstrong. As you heard the race strategist say, stay out. On board Joseph Newgarden, running in P9 right now. There's Rosenquist and there's Armstrong, and right behind him, the two drivers who are on the fresh tires, Kirkwood and Power, and Herta, and Palau and Malukas right there. But Herta, Palau, and Malukas are about nose to tail right now. That's about for the sixth spot. And is Palau Paddle Ward coming in? Yes, he is. Paddle Ward is now in for his service. Rosenquist stays out. Same thing with Armstrong. And Paddle Ward's down and away. Right in the mix with Herta, Palau, and Malukas. Right behind those three. Full push right now for Paddle Ward, but he's got to be careful because those tires are still cold. Hmm. We'll see how this turns out, but in the lead right now is Felix Rosenquist. Felix Rosenquist, currently the leader here in Detroit. And here's Rosenquist on pit road getting serviced up. It's down and away, and I think Armstrong pitted as well, so that hands the lead back to Kyle Kirkwood and Will Power right now. It looks as though Armstrong gets in front of Rosenquist for that position. Radio replay. Hmm. Managing tire temp, it seems like, for Cal Kirkwood and his team. That seems to be the game strategy for Kirkwood. Hmm. Keep saying strategy, but how will this strategy work out for Cal Kirkwood and Will Power, who are running 1-2 right now? Dang, Paddle Ward is pushing, as they said. He is pushing for everything he's got. Yeah, Paddle Ward's up to sixth right now. Well, he's in sixth. That's where the position that he came out of the pits when he made his stop. He's doing everything he can to push right now because he wants to win. This Paddle Ward, what happened here? Oh, never mind. No, they said it was a replay, but not seeing a replay of what happened to Ward. I guess not. King of the Streets, Kyle Kirkwood. I wouldn't say about that. I wouldn't be sure about that. Kyle Kirkwood is this. Kyle Kirkwood's the king of the streets. I wouldn't say for sure, but he has definitely been. I'd say he's been the most dominant driver for today's race. But don't count out Will Power either, because he is maintaining that 1.2-second gap. He is not letting Kirkwood get away. So Power might be in contention to try to challenge for the win. Meanwhile, looking back at Rasmussen, I think. Oh, that was tight between Louis Foster, and it looks as though Lundgaard is going to take that spot. That was Jacob Abel, a lap down. Yep, they're trying to figure it out right now when these drivers are going to make their last stop. They're going to and push it to the finish. Meanwhile, is that Kirkwood? No, it's not. Marcus Ericsson and Alexander Rossi. It looks like battling hard through turn three. back at Will Power, who's gained about a 2 tenths. He's gained about 2 tenths on Kirkwood's lead. Now the gap is now 8 tenths of a second. Power's starting to put the power down. Power's starting to put the power down. Wow. Starting to add a little bit of pressure to Kirkwood, trying to close in on him. Yeah, we'll see what happens as we're a few laps away from the final pit window. From the final pit window. We'll see what happens, but Will Power starting to pressure out Kyle Kirkwood now. Starting to pressure Kyle Kirkwood, trying to pressure him into mistake and pounce. And we're back with about 35 laps to go in this race. And it's still Kyle Kirkwood, Will Power, Colton Herta, Alex Palou, David Malukas, the top five. That's Paddle Ward, Joseph Newgarden, Christian Rasmussen, Louis Foster, and Christian Lundgaard, the top 10. Hmm. Okay, looking back from Kirkwood's car, looking at Power, and Power is still trying to put the power down to close in on Kirkwood. Oh, rookie! Rookie Schwartzman into the wall. That's going to be a caution. Robert Schwartzman, the rookie sensation who won the pole for last week's Indy 500, into the wall. Yikes. No, it's Callum Ilott. Oops. That's Callum Ilott into the wall. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of damage to the front. All right, what happened to Ilott? Oh, yikes. Man, that impact was so violent, it knocked the whole the left front off. Look out. It's Graham Rahal getting through that. Oh my. How will this play out for the drivers and teams as they might take their pit stops under this caution? Oh, wow. You know, Colton Herta is so hoping for a good pit stop today after those three incidences. After those three incidents on pit road, we had very slow pit stops. So he's hoping for a clean stop from his pit crew this time. Hmm. How will this play out? How will this play out? Nope, no takers this time. No takers. There's Alot's car getting hooked up. All right, the pit stops. The pit road is open, so we might see takers this time by. All right, so will we see some takers this time? Yes, here they come. Mostly everybody's coming on pit road for their service. Possible final service of the race. Oh, one of them stays out. Kirkwood's down and away. Herta's down and away. Good clean pit stop for Herta. Oh, that was close. But Kirkwood gets out first. Power, Herta, Palau, Malukas still the top five. And a few drivers stay out. That's Santino Ferrucci, Kiffin Simpson, and Marcus Armstrong. They stayed out. Hmm. How will this play out? If you were to ever do an animation and you want to meet in it, I would love to voice the antagonist. Just being hypothetical. Antagonist. Hmm. Oh, the villain? From what movie? Hypothetical situation. Okay. I guess we could just stop there. All right. Looks as though the lights are out on the pace car, so it's Santino Ferrucci, Kiffin Simpson, and Marcus Armstrong, the three drivers that did not stop. How will this play out? As those three drivers are going to have to hold off a lot of drivers who just pitted for fresh tires. How will this play out for those drivers that stayed out? So it's Ferrucci, Simpson, Armstrong, Kirkwood, Power, the top five. All right, pace car's pulling away, so we're going back green. It's Herta, Palau, Malukas, Award, Newgarden in the top 10. Come back around. Green flag is back in the air. 28 to go. Whoa, big locked up by Armstrong. Oh, and in the wall is Palau. Alex Palou in the tire barrier. And he's stuck, it looks like. Palau is stuck. Yikes. Whoa, did he get some help? Did Palau get some help? Oh, yep, Malukas. Look. Ah, Malukas. Well, there goes Alex Palau's quest to try to win 6 of the first 7 races. That's out of the window now for Palau, but he's still got a huge points lead in the standings. I'm sure you were, John. I'm sure you were. Dang! Wow. Santino Ferrucci, Kevin Simpson, and Marcus Armstrong, they have not won an IndyCar race. That's a crazy stat to think about. All right, the pace car has its lights out, so I think we're going back green this time by. Yep, we're going back green this time by. Here we go. In the last quarter of the race. We are now in the last quarter of the race. All right, green flag, 24 laps to go. Oh, now Ferrucci locks it up, but he holds it through the first corner. Everybody looks as though gets through cleanly the first two corners. And here goes Kirkwood to the inside of Armstrong going for the third spot. He has the preferred line going into turn 3, and he easily clears Armstrong before they get to the corner. Oh. Newgarden looks as though he tried to take a peek on Pato Award, but to no avail. It was side by side between Ericsson and Louis Foster, and Ericsson will maintain that position. And back to the front and look in the mirror. Now Colton Herta gets by Marcus Armstrong. Yep, and here comes Kirkwood to the outside of Simpson. He easily clears Simpson before they get to turn 3. Well, what's going on with Kirkwood's wing there? Whoa! Looked like Kirkwood picked up a piece of banner there, but he's still chugging. He's still trucking along. You got to keep an eye on that left front for Kirkwood because that wing is bouncing around a lot. All right, what happened here? He was trying to get by Kiffin Simpson. Oh, right there. Just touched Kiffin Simpson in the right rear. Oh, and there's contact right there in the left rear. And and here's the lead. Battle for the lead. Here comes Kirkwood. He clears Ferrucci. Ferrucci trying to fight back on the right side. But nope. Kirkwood maintains it. Kirkwood goes back to the point. Yep. How long will that wing last if it's dragging against the pavement? Got to keep an eye on that. And Alex Palou checked and released from the care center. Even though he wrecked out early, he's still got a large points lead exiting this race. So he's got nothing to worry about for now. Now, after all that, Kyle Kirkwood is back out in front after taking those fresh tires along with the rest of the field. He blows by Santino Ferrucci and he's pulling away. We got to keep an eye on that left front wing as he made contact with Kiffin Simpson trying to go for second. Got to keep an eye on that front wing. All right, hold on. Alright, and we just got back from commercial. Kyle Kirkwood has already opened up to about a 4-second advantage over Santino Ferrucci. Yeah, still keeping an eye on that front wing as it's about dragging against the pavement, but he's still opening up to about a 4-second advantage over Ferrucci, who's now being hounded by Will Power. Yeah, Power got the run. Here he goes. And it's no contest. Power easily goes to second. A lot of brake dust coming out of Power's car. But it's not going to matter anyways as Power goes to second. Oh, big crash! Big crash! Oh my gosh! That's the 60 of, looks like Felix Rosenquist, and there was another one. Who was that? That's Rosenquist. And who was that against the other tire bearer down past turn 3? Is that Louis Foster? Jeez, that was a jump scare. Holy cow. It's not Foster? Who? Was that Erickson? Is that Erickson? Oh, it is Foster. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Wow. Oh. Oh. Man, Rosenquist just had no idea. My goodness. Yeah, Louis Foster looked like his right rear wheel kind of came off. Oh, his suspension failed. I think it was a suspension failure for Foster, and he had no time to slow down and just plowed into Rosenquist. Yep, once Louis Foster's suspension failed, there was nothing he could do. Nothing you could do except just hang on. Except just hang on. And you can tell Rosenquist is shaken up. He is shaken up. Is it a red flag? Yep, the cars are coming onto pit road. Wow. I have a feeling that at least one of these drivers will be taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. Um, which one, John? Louis Foster or Felix Rosenquist? Oh, Felix, most likely. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, John. Hmm. I wonder how long this red flag will last. This red flag will last. That car is mangled. Yeah, showing this again between what took place between Kyle Kirkwood and Will Power. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Hey, NASCAR fan 33. That's good to know. That's good to know that it won't be raining in Nashville. Oof. Now, there's again why we're on the red flag. Louis Foster's right front suspension fails, and he has no time to stop the car, no chance of stopping the car. He plows right into Felix Rosenquist. Yikes. Yeah, that's right. Denny Hamlin. Because his wife is having a baby tonight or today or whenever it's due. Yeah, I heard the news that his wife is in labor and is about to give birth to a baby girl, as I heard. And Ryan Truex is there as a is on standby. Ryan Truex is on standby. Oh, it's a boy? I thought it said it was a girl. That's news to me. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we don't see five overtimes like last year. And people in the and people and many fans thought last year's race was great because we had five overtimes. Like, is that something to celebrate? Five overtimes last year? That's something to celebrate about? Come on now. Yes, I yes, I saw that Kyle Busch spun in practice yesterday, and he's going to be starting in 25th as I saw the starting grid for tonight's race. I see what you're doing there, John. First attempt in overtime in 2024. Grandpa! His second attempt. The we got a spin on the back straightaway. Big crash. The third attempt. Kyle, do you think you would have won if you didn't run out? Fuck you! These drivers don't know what they're doing. All right, see you later, NASCAR fan 33. All right, seems the Louis Foster is okay. Just hoping that Felix Rosenquist is all right. All right, and we're now back under the yellow. We're now back under the yellow. Fourth attempt, 1976 Daytona 500 commentary. No, he did not make it. No, no, he did not make it. Yeah, still got to keep an eye on that left front wing of Cal Kirkwood's car, because that thing is flapping in the wind through the bumps. That wing is flapping in the wind through the bumps of this course. Fifth attempt. Ha 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 ha! Finally! Championship is mine! Alright, the lights are out on the pace car, so we're going back green this time by. Once they get the green, it'll be 11 laps to go. Also, I love being spun on the final lap of the race, especially when there's 5 overtimes. Not. Alright, the pace car is ahead, and he's coming onto pit road now, so we're going back green now. It's Kirkwood, Power, Ferrucci, Herta, and Simpson, the top 5. Green flag back in the air. 11 laps to go. Those Christian Lundgaard looks as though had a little lock up going in the first corner. Going into the tough turn 3 corner. Everybody looks as though it's going to get through cleanly. Yes, they will for the most part. That was a great restart that Kyle Kirkwood had to get away from Will Power. Already pulled out to about a second and a half advantage over Power. Oh, they're saying Will Power caught the wall of turn 7. Did he catch the wall? He's lost a lot of ground to Power. I mean to Kirkwood. Hmm. Hmm. And the battle is now on for second as Power has been caught by Santino Ferrucci and Colton Herta. Here comes Ferrucci going to the inside in turn 3. Going for second. He clears him. Now Herta's going to try to follow through. But nope. Power says, nuh-uh. Oh, crossover. Not much. Yep, Kyle Kirkwood, for the most part, is gone right now. Here comes Herta again, going underneath Power for third spot. That was tight. And Herta goes to third. Yeah, Power's struggling right now. He is struggling. Now he's being under attack from Kiffin Simpson. Whatever happened to Will Power? He was running second. They said he caught the wall in turn 7, but I'm not so sure. As Jacob Abel goes by Stingray Robb. But up front, Kirkwood is saying, bye-bye, boys. I'm out of here. And Colton Herta has a shot to try to get to Santino Ferrucci. Still got plenty of time to get there. But try to get to Kyle Kirkwood, I don't think that's possible. Hey, Alessandro. At least you made it for the final laps of the IndyCar race at Detroit. And so far, Kyle Kirkwood, with that left front damage to his wing, he's still possibly the fastest guy on the track. He's still maintaining a 3.5 second advantage over Santino Ferrucci. Oh, you had a morning shift today at work. I see. You heard her. He's trying his best to try to get to Santino Ferrucci. Oh, there's the push to pass. Kirkwood has 52 seconds. Ferrucci and Herta, 26 and 20. Power and Simpson, 23 and 6. How much push to pass will these drivers use to try to get the best position possible? He's almost close, but he's not close enough to get to Santino Ferrucci. Hold on. Our 5 laps to go. Kirkwood, he still has the maintaining of the advantage right now. He has the advantage right now, but the gap has shrunk to about 2.8 seconds. Kyle Kirkwood is pressuring Santino Ferrucci. That's mainly because Santino Ferrucci is being pressured by Colton Herta trying to get to second. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I gotta keep an eye on Herta's push to pass too because it's now down to 10 seconds. It's now down to 10 seconds of push to pass for Herta. Oh, and Power, even though he fell back a couple positions, he still has 22 seconds of push to pass left. Oh, and Herta. Oh, here goes Colton Herta to the inside of Ferrucci. They make contact side by side. Can't do it. He couldn't do it. I think that might have cost him. That might have cost Herta that that advantage he needs. He locked it up, trying to get by Santino Ferrucci. It almost worked for him going to turn 3, but Santino Ferrucci still maintaining that second spot. How will this work now? Because Colton Herta about has no more push to pass. Yep, and here comes Power to the outside, going by Colton Herta. Oh, lockup! Yeah. Nope, Herta maintains the third spot. And Colton Herta has no more push to pass. He can't push anymore. He can't push anymore. Herta's out of push to pass. So his quest to try to get to second spot is going to come up short, it looks like. Now Power's going to try to work around Herta to get to second or to third. But meanwhile, for Kyle Kirkwood, 2 laps to go. 2 to go on the streets of Detroit. Kyle Kirkwood looking for his 4th career win and his 4th win on the street course. He got his first career win in 2023 at Long Beach, then won his 2nd career win also in 2023 on the streets of Nashville. Then his 3rd career win came a few months ago. Well, actually, last month, on the streets of Long Beach once again. Now he's trying to look for his 4th career win on the streets of Detroit as the battle for 3rd continues on between Colton Herta and Will Power. Power doing everything he can to try to pass Herta, but Herta's not letting up, not having any much of it. Through turn 8 and coming into turn 9, this time by white flag, 1 lap to go for Kyle Kirkwood on the streets of Detroit. For Santino Ferrucci, what a great run for Santino Ferrucci running in the 2nd spot as Will Power is really pushing it at this point. Final time through this long section of the track. This is probably Will Power's best opportunity to try to get by Herta. And that's it for the push to pass for Power. Tries to go high. But nope, Herta still maintains that 3rd spot. And I think that's it for Will Power. He can't push anymore. The rest of the top 5, except for Kyle Kirkwood, has no more push to pass. But as of right now, for Kyle Kirkwood, he's got 2 more corners to go. Through turn 8. And coming into turn 9 for the final time for his 4th career win, Kyle Kirkwood is going to deliver on the streets of Detroit. What a job, Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood gets it done on the streets of Detroit. His 2nd win of the season. What a job Kyle Kirkwood has done. Led the most laps and pulls it off with his fourth career win on a street course. And it comes on the streets of Detroit. He parks his car near winner's circle. What's up there? And after all the disaster pit stops he's had this season, Colton Herta rounds out to a podium finish, P3 for Colton Herta. And Santino Ferrucci, P2. How about that? And Kirkwood climbs out of the car. He's done it a perfect job here in Detroit. Yeah, brilliant job for Kyle Kirkwood. Well, that about wraps it up for the IndyCar race on the streets of Detroit. And it ended off with Kyle Kirkwood, who probably had the most dominant race of this season, probably dominated this race, ends up with the victory, fourth career victory for Kyle Kirkwood on the streets. But this race was pretty tame for the most part, especially even though it had four cautions, especially with that last one with Felix Rosenquist and Louis Foster with that terrifying crash in turn three. Hopefully, really hoping that both those drivers are okay. But all in all, a solid race overall for Detroit standards. So that wraps it up for the IndyCar race in Detroit. I'll see you guys in about 4 hours for the NASCAR race in Nashville Super Speedway. So see you guys later for that.